Was Murder Mook versus New Jersey Twork really a debatable? What the hell went wrong during Chess versus T-Rex? Did Miss Hustle really just smoke Arsenal's boots? Like, what the hell is going on? Today we're going to talk about narratives again. We're going to talk about bars. And most importantly, we're going to recap URL's Homecoming 2. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Direct, back here for another blog. We just watched URL's Homecoming 2. New Jerzey Twork versus Murder Mook was the headline in battle. Highly anticipated. We're going to get to that in a second. But first and foremost, you can find me everywhere at Direct, and tune into this channel every single Friday at 1 p.m. to see the show Don't Quote Me, where we talk about music, art, culture, battle rap, etc. But you're here for this recap, so let me get into it. The first battle of the night was Swamp versus Lou Castro. I thought this was gonna be a great opening battle. I was really looking forward to the Hey Big Dog and the Coont Newts. I'm gonna break this down real fast for y'all. It's real simple. I feel like Lou Castro had the energy that we expected him to have, and I thought Swamp came out the gate swinging. He had a Home Alone bar. He had to turn his house to a trap or something like that. The problem was that Swamp stumbled and lost his place. Almost, was it every round? I think at least 2 rounds out of this battle. Like I said, I think Lou Castro on a scale from 1 to 10 was like a strong 8. And I think Swamp, when he was on, like he was like a 9. I feel like the material he came with was a little bit better than Lou Castro's, but it was just too many stumbles, and somebody in the crowd was either heckling or talking too much, and they messed up Swamp. I believe that was in his first round. And I feel like that just kind of messed up his momentum. But every time he got going, everything he said was fire, but he just didn't have it all together. So I'm not going to do a round count for that. I think Lou Castro clearly won that battle just because Swamp didn't really have his footing. And it sucked to see, because I think that if both of them just got through all their material clean, it would have set the tone for what many are going to call a lackluster night. So I think that the crowd might have been feeling a little different. So let me break this down to y'all, right? There were people camped outside of this event like it was MegaCon. I saw pictures of people with blankets on them at 10 a.m. laying outside so they can get in the venue early. And I think by the time everything started and got up and running, people were tired. And we always look for that first battle to really set the tone. And it was kind of a letdown because it had so much potential and it didn't live up to it because of the stumbles. It wasn't really an excellent back and forth. I wish we could get a redo on that battle, but you know how battle rap, these rounds are so long, don't nobody want to see rematches unless there's really some history there. So yeah, I'll say Lou Castro got that battle, and I wish Swamp was able to get through his material. I'm looking at my notes right now. Shout out to everybody on Battle Rap Twitter. So now we're gonna talk about Asami versus Shotgun Suge. I mean, what can we say? I think Shotgun Suge's back has been against the wall. I feel like if he lost this one, maybe we'd be in danger of not seeing Suge too much on the URL stage, and I feel like Ace was coming from his coming for Suge's spot. That did not happen at all. Shotgun Suge came out in the first round and cleared it. Like, Asami had a very tall hill to climb after Suge's first round. I believe in the second round when Asami said, if you're gonna claim to have a jackhammer, do something ground breaking at least. That was a good flip of the bar that Shotgun Suge said to Av. But I mean, after the second round, Suge was just wilding on Asami. Definitely a 2-0. And I think the same thing happened in the third round, 3-0 from Suge. I think Suge had the performance of the event. If I'm giving out awards, Shotgun Suge had the performance of the event. Excellent battle, my brother. Suge was just going crazy. Everything he said was hitting. Salute to Shotgun Suge, man. You did that. Now, let's talk about Arsenal versus Miss Hustle. Arsenal started off his first round going bananas, like vintage Arsenal. This is what we wanted to see. This is what we paid to see, worth the admission. And then he choked. He just lost his shit. And to make it even worse, Miss Hustle's first round was impeccable. It was impeccable. It made you say, "Damn, I wish Arsenal didn't mess up his first round." Because I wanted this to be close. I wanted to feel the tension in this battle. Miss Hustle had a line where she said Shotgun should be on a different side, like driving in London. Just the way she delivered that. Excellent. Great job, Miss Hustle, on that first round. Second round, Arsenal had me laughing. He was like, "Yo, fuck a gun so big. How come I don't hear no pussy so good bars?" Like, that was really dope. I think the first half of Arsenal's second round was excellent. The second half of it was all right. Miss Hustle's second round was good, but not as good as her first round. You can, I mean, you can edge that one. It was like Arsenal had highs. Miss Hustle was just all right all the way through. I might say Hustle got that one too. And also I think Arsenal. Now here's the problem. Arsenal was snapping in his third round, and he brought out somebody that was basically dressed like him, and he said, "Yo, I'm gonna have to battle myself." And just the creativity behind it and the way that he put it together was ill. Like everyone was on the edge of their seat, like, "Oh, like could Arsenal still the battle?" And he just kind of stumbled all the way through his material. And I think him not being crisp in this battle was an overall theme. Miss Hustle, if you ask some people, they're gonna say Miss Hustle won 3-0. Others will say 2-1, but definitely Miss Hustle won that battle. All right, then Smack came out. He brought up Rum Nitty. He brought up Loaded Lux. They announced that they will be battling. Finally, we get the battle that we want to see. Now, I'm gonna plead with y'all over there at the URL. I know you guys got to make your money. I know you guys are back in New York. The big crowds are bringing a lot of money in that market. But Rum Nitty versus Loaded Lux needs to be in some type of small room or some type of controlled environment where there is emphasis on the bars. I feel like if you put that on the stage, there's too many variables that could turn the battle from a classic into a, I don't know, well, this happened. It's just like we saw tonight, which we're going to get into, that there's so many things going on in the environment. When it's a battle like that the whole culture wants to see, everyone's going to be tapped in for, and people are going to want to pay-per-view it anyway. Please just do it in a controlled environment. It don't got to be the smallest room of all time, but I would love to see Rum Nitty versus Loaded Lux in a volume. Okay, now back to this battle. We got Geechi Gotti versus Sirius Jones. Geechi Gotti came out the gate and said, "How does it feel to be known for a legendary sock like Mick Foley?" That shit was crazy. I think Jones went first in this battle. Now, if y'all watch our show that comes out every Friday, 1 p.m., don't quote me. I think 2 episodes back, I spoke directly to Sirius Jones, and I'm going to repeat this, and this is something that I've said to his face before. When Sirius Jones was in Fight Club, the whole, like, I said, yo, the nose grab, the slow pace, the charisma, the freestyle, the style that he invented was perfect. It was perfect for him. And it was a very likable style that brought him fans from all over the world. Now that this is a new era, we're finding that people are going to want to update, upgrade, or change their styles to show that they can fit with this new era and they can do what everyone wants to do. But I feel like a lot of the most creative battle rappers came from the first and second era. Sirius Jones, he has a lot of good wordplay. And I think he says a lot of things that had someone else said it, the crowd might take it a little bit differently. But I feel like Jones's delivery doesn't necessarily fit with the way that he chops up and breaks down his words. And I don't think it gets the greatest reaction from crowds because of that. I think Jones should do what he's been doing because he has some really bright moments, but I think he needs to get back to that original Sirius Jones style because it's really what we all have grown to know and love him for. You know what I mean? And I think definitely against somebody like Geechi Gotti, when you know he's gonna be coming for your soul, he's gonna be disrespecting you, he's gonna be downplaying everything you did. When you meet aggression with aggression, you might want to do that in real life, but when you do that in a battle, you're either gonna get a classic or you're gonna get it leaning towards the more aggressive person. And I feel like if Sirius Jones came at this more charismatic and more laid back, it would have been easier for him to get a one up on Geechi Gotti. I don't know if he necessarily had the right strategy going into this battle. So it just Geechi Gotti was just Geechi Gotti. Like he did his thing. Like he had freestyles. He had this line where he said, "I'll have your mama's stomach in knots. It will take her a day to settle on some Diddy shit." Yo, Geechi's first round was really bananas. Like I was watching this round saying, "Damn, Geechi is trying to steal champion of the year." Second round, I think Sirius was kind of in his bag in this round, honestly. But I just think that Geechi Gotti did the same thing he did in the first round, and he got it. Sirius Jones' third round, he had a line where he said, "Bruce Almighty, when it comes to sliding my foul long." That was hot, but I think at this point the crowd was real reckless. The funny thing I want to point out, man, first of all, Super Hot Fire and the host of that thing was there. If you know the history, I used to run a league called Grind Time, and when Super Hot Fire came out, they used to be in the woods, basically like the jungle. Shout out to Fox and Conceited, Heartless, QP. That's where all of them come from. And they used to call it prime time rapping because it was a playoff of Grind Time rapping, but prime time rapping. But anyway, so Super Hot Fire was there behind Geechi Gotti for his third round. I thought Geechi Gotti was gonna bring out Super Hot Fire and like do something, but he didn't. And his third was okay. The consensus is gonna be for this battle that Geechi Gotti got it because Jones, like when Jones sits there and he raps and he does decent wordplay and he's hyper focused on flipping his words, I think people get restless because when he rhymes like that, he sucks all the electrifying electricity out of his style. Like the moments that Jones for are more relaxed and more charismatic, and he gets hyper focused and intense when he does his wordplay. And I think going against Geechi wasn't the right opponent for him to take that approach, like I said earlier. So I think the consensus on this is going to be that Geechi Gotti got it, and I think the ending was just okay. Okay. Chess versus T-Rex. That was my sleeper for battle of the night. I thought that this battle wasn't about the most intricate wordplay or the illest punchlines. I just felt like on an energy level, this is like T-Rex battling his younger self. Like on paper, this was supposed to be an excellent battle. Rex came out in the first round and proved that he was there to rap. He didn't have any super big haymakers, but he did his thing. Chess goes off top. Chess is cooking. You had 12 skinnies. I was skinny with a 12. Crowd goes crazy. Chess was really getting into his bag. Then him and T-Rex start arguing with each other. And it's kind of like a friendly banter. Like, I fuck with you. I fuck with you. But I'll beat your ass. No, nigga, you won't. Da-da-da. No, you won't. Da-da-da-da. And people didn't get in between the middle because it's like, okay, they're not going to fight. But it was taking too long. And Tay-Rock even had to jump in. I was laughing. And he was like, yo, I love y'all niggas. Stay focused. Stay focused. Because we wanted to see them get back to the battle. Now, what happened is they're going back and forth a little bit too much. They start getting more and more aggressive with each other. People are kind of laughing because they fuck with each other. And I don't know if it was T-Rex or his man that like threw a cup. And then your side rushes. This side rushes. Everybody's going crazy. It looked like something is going to break out. They go to a commercial break. From what I heard in the building, they were trying to get the battle back together, but they just couldn't. It didn't happen. So Chess and T-Rex, it's over. I hope they can redo that battle because I know those two don't have beef. It was just I don't even know if I can say it was an intense situation. It was just a situation where they were heckling each other and they was probably both getting annoyed as hell. You know what I mean? And I think Chess was just laughing like he was ready to rap, but T-Rex was just like, you could tell he was like, come on, bro. So that sucked. You know what I'm saying? Especially because up to this point, we didn't get a super clean battle. You got Swamp stumbling and not making it through his material, whether you want to blame it the heckler or not. Arsenal was ill, but Arsenal was messing up. Shotgun Suge was great. Asami didn't mess up, but Asami wasn't on Shotgun Suge's level tonight. And then you have Chess versus T-Rex, where they start pushing and shoving, and now we don't get the battle. So I feel like there was a lot of pressure on Murder Mook and New Jerzey Twork to really bring it home. We all know with battles like this, if there's something goes wrong in every battle or you don't get a classic or whatever, fans start getting reckless. They're going to talk about this. So we needed Mook versus Twerk to be a hell of a battle. Now, was Mook versus Twerk a hell of a battle? I think it was good. And I think it was close. If you watch my last blog, you'll see that I talk a lot about narratives on here because I feel like leagues, battle rappers, bloggers, and fans create narratives. And I don't necessarily agree with any of them. Some I probably do agree with a little bit like that. So here's what's going on. Mook went first, and automatically I thought, damn, Twerk is so electric. I think it would have been in Mook's interest to go second, but he lost the coin toss. So what can you do? Mook goes first, and I really like his first round. This is something that I don't understand. Maybe I need to get off Twitter, but I'm listening to Mook, and he has a line where he says, me and my niggas robbed Peter to pay the pallbearers. And he's just really rapping. He's rapping and he's talking. And I feel like this is a lost art. This is called battle rap. And I feel like we do not rate people's rap ability high enough. It doesn't make sense. I feel like there is a style that the fans lean towards now. And I feel like Twerk is the starting point of that style. I feel like what he's been able to do in his best moments over the last, 5 years has inspired others to deliver and land punches like him, right? But because that style is so popular, I think if you're not rapping with this style, people will automatically say what you're saying is trash. I don't understand how so many people were saying they didn't like Mook's first round. I mean, he's rapping. This is battle rap. He's talking. And it wasn't a lot of the hippopotamus bars that y'all like to clown Mook for. He was rapping and he was talking to Twerk. And something that Twerk didn't do in this battle heavily was angle. He had a lot of hot bars, which we're going to get into. But he didn't angle. It was hot bar after hot bar. And I feel like Mook actually gave us a little bit more variety in this battle. Now, so Mook goes, I'm perusing Twitter, and I'm astonished with what people are saying about his first round because Mook was spitting. Maybe because as an onlooker, you're watching a stream, you don't see crazy crowd reaction. Maybe it changes your mentality. Maybe you go into the battle saying, Mook is older, he's trash, I want Twerk to win. But like, you have to watch these battles fairly, right? So Twerk goes out the gate, yo. He had a line, let me see if I can find it, where he basically said something about Cookies and Young Dolph and related it to Mook, and it was crazy. I can't remember what the exact line was, but Twerk's Young Dolph line was amazing, and I said, "Oh my God, if he started off like that, it's gonna be a long night." Twerk, his first round was ill. Like when you talk about back-to-back punching, staying on point, staying poised, staying in his pocket, he was there. His first round was one of them ones, and that's why I gave it to New Jerzey Twork. But a lot of people are saying that first round is a landslide, which I do not agree with because I feel like Mook was rapping his ass off. Now the second round is where it gets a little bit tricky. Um, I think Twerk had the line where he's talking about Mook going to Massachusetts to play ball. And then I guess he was in Chicopee, and I'm from Mass, so I know what Chicopee is. If you don't know, it's a place in Massachusetts. Apparently, this is where Murder Mook was going to school. And he said something about it being out in the sticks, a Chicopee. He said like a pregnancy test, a Chicopee out in the sticks. I thought it was hot. You know what I'm saying? I was arguing with my man MJ. Salute to him. So anyway, this second round, I think Mook was really good in the second round also, but towards his end he said something about like I'll shoot you in your balls and like had a line about it. I think that kind of killed his momentum. I feel like anytime you say something and make people be like pause and make people be like come on man, hey yo, you kill your own momentum. So it wasn't terrible, but I think he killed his momentum a little bit with the shoot you in your ball stuff because I feel like technically Mook is nice. Mook technically was in his bag. I think Twerk had a line in the second where he said, "You've been signed to Buster for 8 years. All he did was pass to Cavassier." This round is really tough to me because I think if Mook ended stronger with like his last 30 seconds, it might have been clear that he won the second round. Twerk was, like Mickey Fax said, he was a little bit choppy in the beginning. I think most people are going to say that Twerk won the second round. I think that round is truly debatable. I think you can edge Twerk or you can prefer Mook, to be honest, especially because Twerk's second round was not as good as his first round. His first round might have been the round of the battle. Honestly, Mook's third round, the baby ain't out, but it's with me though. It's an embryo. Psh, mean, nasty. And I feel like Mook was doing a lot of rapping, and he had a lot of lines like that throughout this battle. Twerk's third round was a roller coaster. He came out, I feel like he was trying to connect. All his lines weren't really connecting. It wasn't really smooth. Mook said something. He goes, "Oh, you want me to turn up? I'm strapped in." He did a rhyme scheme, and in the end of it, he brought Briz out. Whatever he said rhymed with Briz, and Briz came out. Now, usually when something like this happens, everyone goes crazy. And I think Briz, maybe it was in the contract, I don't know, but I think Briz should have rapped at least 4 to 8 bars just to get the crowd going crazy, and could have said anything. You know what I mean? But it was kind of like, Briz is here. Oh, and Mook's reaction was like, yo, like, what'd he say? He was like, yo, you're a victim. I punched you. So Mook saying all this, like, took the sales out of Briz popping out and Twerk bringing him out. And I feel like Twerk was relying on that to be a moment and give him momentum. And it kind of fell flat and did the opposite. So I think once that happened, it took the wind out of his sails. And I think Mook clearly got the third round. So you got Mook clearly getting the third round. You got Twerk clearly getting the first. That second round comes down to Twerk was getting out more punches. Mook was rapping. But I wasn't the biggest fan of how he ended that second. There is an argument that both of them won that second round. Whoever you think won the second round won this battle. If you had it 1-1 going into the third, you can say that Mook won. The funny thing about this is, like, the popularity contest of this, and I'm not even just saying this is Twerk. I think that with battle rappers that are from the Mook, Sirius Jones generation, if your name isn't Loaded Lux, you got an uphill battle winning the fans over. Why? Because times change. I think a lot of new fans don't understand why we became battle rap fans in the first place. Because these dudes were rapping. They were dope rappers. Now you have this generation of people who learn how to rap off the internet or learned what they like about battle rap from watching people on the internet talking about it and said, wow, that's my opinion too. Listen, man, every battle rapper isn't every person's cup of tea. Every rapper isn't every person's cup of tea. But I feel like if you want to be an educated fan, you have to learn how to break down multiple styles. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn if you have a flawless round of real talk and you have a flawless round of punchlines, do you just go with what you personally like better, especially when you're speaking to a crowd, when you're speaking to an audience, or do you learn how to properly break it down and show respect to both sides? Like I said, the consensus is going to be that Twerk won. People are saying Twerk wild on Mook, da-da-da-da-da. But like I said, it hurts the battlers more if you don't keep it real with them. I think my constructive criticism for Mook is, it's so funny. Like, people know me for the do-rag, the old murder, but like in that battle, like, he was electric. I don't think Mook had a lot of electric moments against Twerk. It was good rapping, and with Twerk being the most electrifying battler in battle rap, I think you need some of those moments, especially to win the crowd over or just to win the fans over. And I think that was Mook's biggest thing. He didn't have huge buildups to electric moments. Twerk was very consistent as far as his material and getting it out back to back, and that's what had him landsliding the first round. Right? I say landsliding the first round, but he did excellent. But I think Twerk had a lack of angles in this battle, right? And even when he did take an angle, it wasn't really that much to say. If Mook had more electric moments and Twerk really got down to the nitty gritty on some of his angles, I think we would have got better performances from both of them. Still, I feel like it was a good battle, and it had its highlights. What would I give performance of the night? We already talked about this. Shotgun Suge. The best round of the night. That's either going to be Twerk's first or probably Miss Hustle's first. Shotgun Suge, all 3 rounds he was wigging, but it was just like the whole performance was ill. Battle of the night. I guess technically you would have to give it to Mook versus Twerk. I don't know. So look, once again, my name is Direct. You can catch me on all platforms at DRECT. This Friday, and I think Coffee Brown is coming to the show, so salute to Coffee. This Friday, Coffee will be on Don't Quote Me. So make sure you check us out, because we'll be talking about these battles a little bit more in depth. But once again, catch me at DRECT on all platforms. Don't Quote Me. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me, and I'll see y'all the next event.